Hi, my name's Andrea and welcome to Andrea's One Stop Garden. Every January, I start canna lilies from seed. Yes, you got that right, canna lilies. Most people wait until March to start canna lilies from rhizomes. However, I love to start canna lilies from seed and I wouldn't have it any other way. So let me show you how I start them. So first off with canna lilies, you have this really hard shell and it's very hard to break. So in order to do that, you have to soak them for, I find, 48 hours. And the reason I love to do canna lilies, I should say, is because you get a variety of different colors you sometimes wouldn't get from a rhizome, or they cost a lot of money to buy the rhizomes in these colors. So these seeds I saved last year from canna lilies that I started from seed last year. And this is just how big one of the rhizomes got from canna lilies I started in January last year. So from one plant, I got about 9 seeds and 3 rhizomes from a plant that I started from seed last January. You get a lot of plants just off of one seed. First off, I soak the canna lilies for 48 hours. So you can see all the seeds that I have that I saved. These ones are yellow canna lilies. Here's the picture right here of what they look like. They're quite vibrant yellow. They're super pretty. So because the shells are very hard, and if you don't break the shell, they sometimes won't germinate. You do have to scarify them, which just means that you break the hard shell until you just see a little bit of white. So I've tried many different ways to break the shells over the last few years, and I've got some sore fingers from doing it. I've tried dog clippers, I've tried nail clippers, I've tried nail files, but the number one way I find that works is usually 220 grit sandpaper. I unfortunately could not find 220 grit sandpaper, which I thought I had in my house. So this is drywall sandpaper. So hopefully it works just the same. I'm sure I'll have no issues with that. So this is what I do. So you take a tiny little seed and you have to kind of get a good grip on it. And then you just rub it on the sandpaper just like that until you see you can see that tiny little white bit. That is called scarifying. So you're forcing it into wanting to germinate by removing that exterior shell and having that white part come out. So that is the part that we'll plant. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a few more. It doesn't really matter what side you do. And see, it's super quick just to do that. I was just telling a friend the other day, joking around, she's been planting canna lily seeds with me for a few years. And I told her, just popped my canna lilies in the water. Sore fingers are coming soon. Because we all know that canna lily season and sandpaper mean sore fingers. However, I've tried to use this before, and like these, it can work if you get the right grip, but also you can see it is hard to get the right grip. And unfortunately, using clippers, I have cut a few of them directly in half. So that's why I like to use sandpaper the best, because you don't have the chance of cutting them in half and losing a whole seed. So there's another one there. So you can see with soaking them that they do loosen the outer shell quite a bit. And just like that. And so it does loosen it and make it easier. That was the easiest one of all to expose that white. This is the hardest part of doing cannas from seed, and the rest of it is pretty straightforward. But It's a lot easier, I find, doing cannas from seed. The reason I like doing cannas from seed versus rhizome is you don't have to worry about storing them in the perfect temperature, in the perfect setting, and having them dry out. For a few years, I was able to store them in my, I call cold room, which is a room that has the heat blocked off. It's in the basement with a concrete floor, so it probably gets to be about 16, 17 degrees Celsius in there, but it's still not cold enough really as it would be, say, in a unheated garage that was about 5 degrees. Some years I'm able to overwinter the rhizomes and have them not dry out on me, and other years they do dry out on me. So to save the disappointment, I just start them from seed every year. They look just as good, and if I get some extra rhizomes to plant in March, then so be it. But I really like to plant them from seed because it's just so satisfying knowing that you took a tiny little seed like this and you get such a beautiful flower from something so small. These plants, they grow to be about 3 feet, so they're not huge plants, but they look really nice in some tall planters around our pool. So I really like them. This is how you plant the seeds after you've had them scarified. So I already have the tray, strawberries on this side, but I have this side already pre-moistened with seed starting mix. So you just take the seed here, the white part of the seed to be facing down into the soil. So I just take that, put a hole there, and then cover it up. After I have all these cannas planted, then the next step would be putting them in a warm place because canna lilies do need heat to germinate. About 21 to 25 degrees Celsius would be adequate for them. So I put them on a heat mat. I find they germinate in about a week time on a heat mat, but you do need that heat in order for them to germinate there. Okay, so that's the last of the yellow canna lilies. Now that I have all the pink canna lilies and the yellow canna lilies planted, I soaked them for 48 hours. Then I scarified them with a sandpaper and planted them. So now I'm just taking my labels I made on the label tape. I like to pop them right on there just so I know where I planted them. And this time I'm actually marking all of them because unfortunately last year I didn't mark all of them. I just had them in certain rows. And while I was transplanting the plants, while talking on the phone with a friend, I grabbed one of the plants from a different spot and mixed it up, and I didn't know which one was yellow and which one was pink and where they were, so I had pink or yellow tags and grew them out and had to figure out which one was which. I ended up getting 2 pink and 2 yellow, so it ended up being quite even. That way I am doing all my rows labeled so I don't get any oopsies this time. So now I have my rows all labeled, which ones are pink and which ones are yellow. So I ended up with 20 seeds total from 4 plants, so that's pretty good. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a heat dome on part of it. I will have to do that tomorrow when I go to my shed and I find the half-size heat domes I have, but I'm gonna go and pop it on my heat mat and I'll leave it on there for about 7 days or until they start germinating. I usually have good germination after 7 days, and this is what they'll look like after 7 days. So hopefully this video helped you. If you want to see more gardening content like this, please hit the like button on this video and hit subscribe. And like always, thank you for watching.